Is the fear of being on camera holding you back from creating videos for your business that ultimately are going to help you grow your business? If so, stay tuned. I've got 19 pro tips that I'm going to share with you that are going to help you build confidence so that you can show up on camera, create videos, and help your target audience get to know, like, and trust you more. The last one's my favorite because it's one that 100% of people can start creating right now. Understand that being awkward when you're talking to the camera is completely normal. In fact, one way that you can get over being awkward or feeling awkward is to think of somebody who's friendly or somebody you enjoy talking to, or even put a picture or something next to the camera that calms you and helps you focus on the lens of the camera and not so much the fact that you're on camera. A pro tip for building confidence on camera, especially when you feel like you're being judged, ridiculed, or criticized on camera, is to surround yourself with people who are actually encouraging, supportive, and cheering you on. What I've found in myself, and then also seeing other people post about their first video that they've shared on social media, is that they too have had fear that they're going to be judged. And what they've found out, and I've noticed too, is that people are a lot more supportive than you realize. So don't let that hold you back from pressing record and publishing your first video. Focus on who you're serving and the message that you're delivering, and ultimately the message that they need to hear. When you focus on serving others, it takes the focus off yourself, and it actually delivers a much better message because you're not so much in your head. Pro tip for helping you build confidence on camera is to simplify your message. A lot of times we tend to create a script or talking points based on how we might write a message. But when we get on camera and deliver it, it becomes awkward or cumbersome, or we feel like we're tripping up on our words. Instead, use voice to text and actually talk through what your message is going to be so that when you go to record your video, it sounds a lot more authentic because you're talking through it versus writing it out. One way to build confidence on camera is to show your enthusiasm or let your passion come through for what it is that you're talking about. If you look like you don't care or your voice just seems kind of blah, it's going to come through to the viewer is that you really don't care. And that's not going to give yourself confidence. And it's certainly not going to convey the confidence that you want your viewers to see. When you're passionate about what you're talking about, it's going to be more contagious for those who are watching you and more likely going to subscribe or follow you on whichever platform that you're delivering your videos. Acceleration is another way to build your confidence on camera. The way to do this is to, as soon as you press record, get right to your message. Those first 3 to 5 seconds of your video are critical to not only getting people drawn in, but to get them to continue watching your message. One way to increase your confidence on camera is to pay attention to the pacing that you're incorporating into what you're saying. If you're talking faster and you're trying to get a point across really fast, it's going to evoke one emotion versus if you're talking slower like this and saying something that's going to have your viewers lean in to hear what you're saying. This tip might sound a little silly, but it's true. In fact, I actually experienced this as well when I first started getting comfortable on camera and building my confidence. And this is breathing. I told you it would sound silly. This is something that if you find yourself exhausted after a 30-second video that you're creating for Instagram Reels, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, it's probably because you didn't breathe through that entire thing. And one thing that you can do to help you avoid that, also do some breathing exercises before you start your video. One way you can build confidence on camera is to plan out your video and what you're going to say and incorporate different words that you want to place emphasis on. When you emphasize different words, you're creating different moments throughout your message that are going to be more memorable to the people who are watching your video. When you do that, you're showing that you've given it some thought and you're being more intentional about what it is that you're saying and what message you want the person who's watching your video to have when they leave. If there's one thing that new video creators do most often, and they really shouldn't, is look at their self-reflection. It's a habit that we've all gotten into, especially as we start creating videos. But when you're looking at your reflection versus the camera, you're missing the connection that you're creating with the person who's watching your video. And that's one of the big reasons why we're creating video content to begin with, is we're trying to connect with our ideal customers in a way that we can't do in any other format. One way to build confidence on camera when you're creating videos for your business is to not fidget. I know it's hard for some people when they're used to moving their hands or having something in their hand that they're playing around with, but it's distracting and it keeps you from staying focused on the person who's watching your video on the other end. So it's okay to move naturally like this, but if you're just constantly moving and you're doing stuff and it's just not natural and it comes across as distracting to the person watching your video, avoid doing it. Find ways to distract yourself from having those fidgeting moments so that you can stay focused on building your confidence with delivering the message, as well as the person who's watching you building confidence in you. One of the main reasons I've heard my clients and people I've talked to that have held them back from continuing getting on camera and creating videos for their business is they make mistakes. They're looking at creating videos from a perfectionism standpoint, which I've been there too. And the biggest thing that you can do, especially nowadays with the different apps available that we can do editing, is to just say, it's okay. Even if you make a mistake in your video that you publish, people understand that perfection doesn't exist and that it happens. So don't freak out. Don't get frustrated. Don't allow that to hold you back from creating videos. Just know that it's okay that it happens. And the more that you practice and the more comfortable you get on camera, the more confident you'll be and the fewer mistakes you'll make. This tip, and it's my favorite, is B-roll. You can create B-roll by sitting at your desk. You can do it as you're getting ready for the day, as you're driving in your car. This is something that you can do to start creating videos. You're not ready to be on camera yet, and still press record and take that step to move forward in creating videos for your business. This will actually help you build confidence for being on camera as well, because you'll look at it and say, I already did it. You post a video, you can see the comments and the support and the encouragement that you're getting from your target audience and your community. That will energize you to keep moving forward. So B-roll is something I encourage all new video creators to start with, because it's something as easy as pressing record and getting on with your day. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time that you've invested in this channel. And until next time, make today great.